Hello, third graders. I hope you guys are remembering we are on the second chapter of Tornado by Betsy Bears. This is an awesome book. So last week we read about they are in a storm cellar. That is like you open a trap door and they dig under the ground so you're safe when a tornado comes. And that's where they are. And their grandpa is telling this really sweet story about when he was a boy and a tornado came and a black dog, when the tornado brought everything, it flew down and hit the ground, and the dog was still inside his doghouse. And it was the sweet black dog. And now we're going to read. Remember, they were trying to get him to come out of the doghouse, and he finally did after like 3 days, and he smelled the dinner, and so he came out of his doghouse. So this is called A Card Trick. Speaking of tornado, Pete went on, raising his voice over the sound of the wind, it reminds me of something funny that happened one time. He waited as if for encouragement. It is about the three of hearts. Is it about the three of hearts? I asked quickly. Well, you already know the story. You don't want to hear it again. So that's the grandpa. I do. This is my favorite story. That's the kid. Well, maybe it won't hurt to tell it one more time. Back in those days, my little brother Sammy and I loved to play cards in the night. We liked to play a game called War, but we were not supposed to play it because that's what it turned into, and my mother was tired of listening to us fight. Anyway, there we were in the kitchen at the table when Tornado came up and poked at my leg. He did that when he wanted my attention, to remind me his dish was empty or something. But there was food in his dish, and there was water in his bowl. You got everything you need. Stop poking me, I said. I went back to my card game, but Tornado poked me again. It's too dark to go for a walk, I said, and he poked me again. I said to Sammy, if I didn't know better, I think the tornado wants to play cards with us. Sammy said, then play cards with him. I'm tired of this dumb game. Because he was losing, Sammy threw the cards and left the room. I looked down at Tornado. Do you want to play cards? I asked. Tornado looked at me. His ears came forward as if he were interested. I held the cards so he could see them. His ears came forward some more. I shuffled the cards. Now his ears were almost over his eyes. Do you want to play cards? Cards? I held out the deck and he waited. I fanned out the deck on the table and he waited. I could see that he was ready, willing and able. He had that look that he got when I had a ball in my hand and he was waiting for me to throw it. Then I had an idea. I put one card out farther than the rest. Pick a card, Tornado, I said. Pick any card you want. Tornado took one step forward. He stretched out his neck and he took a card. He took the card. I remember it to this day. It was the three of hearts. The dog was standing there with the three of hearts in his mouth. Tornado just stood there, and I sat there, and we both waited. The trouble was, I didn't know what we were waiting for. I had a dog with the three of hearts in his mouth, a dog who could do a card trick, but I didn't know what the trick was. Put it back, I said, offering him the deck, but he didn't move. I tried to take the card from him and put it back myself, but he would not let it go. My dad came in the kitchen for a glass of buttermilk. I said, Dad, Tornado knows a card trick. Does he? At least I think he does. Well, he knows half of a card trick. Well, half a card trick's better than none. See, I held out the cards like this. And he took one, but now he won't let it go. Tornado, drop it, my dad said. Tornado dropped the card and wagged his tail. Good dog, my dad said. Dad, do you want to see the card trick? I think I can do it now. If it doesn't take too long, I want to hear the news. So I put the cards back on the deck. I didn't want to go because it was didn't want to though because it was wet now and there were teeth marks in it. Pick a card, Tornado. Any card, I said. Tornado picked a card. I crossed my fingers for luck. Tornado, if that card is the three of hearts, drop it. Tornado waited. Drop it, my dad said. And Tornado dropped the three of hearts. Good dog, I said. I felt really proud. I had a dog who could do a card trick, even though my dad had to help. Is that it? My dad said. Yes, sir. You can get back to the news now. The news can wait. Let's try that trick again, said my dad. So now they're really getting into it. Isn't that cute? I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's the picture of Tornado with the cards in his mouth. So next week we will read Carrie's Turtle. That's a sister. So we're going to find out what happens with the little turtle. I hope you guys are enjoying Tornado. Remember, if you want to get it yourself, you can come to the library. I'm there from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m. every day. And the book is called Tornado by Betsy Bears. I will see you guys next week. Have a great week, guys. Bye.